Hey there, and welcome to His Time 365. I'm so glad you're here for day 80 of our 365-day journey through the Bible. Today we'll look at 1 Samuel 22 through 25, and I'll walk you through what happens, what it means, and why it matters. I'll share a summary and some insights to help you see the big picture and connect with the heart of the scripture. During your quiet time, I encourage you to read today's lesson in a Bible translated that speaks to you best. Now grab a quiet moment, take a deep breath, and let's spend a few minutes giving God His time. The Trials of David, Lessons in Leadership and Loyalty. Have you ever faced a time when everything seemed to go wrong? In today's journey through 1 Samuel 22 through 25, we dive into the life of David during his escape from King Saul, a period filled with challenges, choices, and the test of true friendship. As we open the pages of 1 Samuel 22, we find David in a desperate situation. He has fled from Saul, who is hell-bent on putting an end to his life. David finds refuge in a cave at Adullam, where his family and a band of distressed, in debt, and discontented men gather around him. This ragtag group of outcasts becomes the foundation of David's future army. It's a powerful reminder that even in our darkest moments, we can find community and purpose. These men were not the best of the best. They were simply people in need of hope and leadership. Then we see a pivotal moment when David goes to Nob to seek help from Ahimelech the priest. The priest provides him with holy bread and Goliath's sword, illustrating how God often provides for us in unexpected ways. However, this act of compassion comes with a heavy price. Saul learns of David's whereabouts and orders the execution of Ahimelech and the priests at Nob. When David hears about their tragic fate, he is filled with guilt, because he feels responsible for their loss. It's a stirring example of how our choices can have far-reaching consequences, a theme we can relate to in our own lives when we make decisions that affect others, sometimes without even realizing it. Next, in 1 Samuel 23, we see David continuing to navigate the complexities of leadership and responsibility. He learns that the Philistines are attacking Keilah, and instead of hiding, he seeks God's guidance. He asks God if he should go and save the city, and God confirms his mission. David gathers his men and sets off to rescue the people of Keilah, showing us that true leadership often means stepping up, even when it's risky. Imagine a scenario in your workplace where you see an injustice or problem. Do you step in and help, or do you stay on the sidelines? David's bravery reminds us that we have the power to make a difference, no matter how daunting the task may seem. However, the narrative takes a turn as David learns that the people of Keilah might betray him to Saul, so he and his men escape into the wilderness. It's during this time that Jonathan, Saul's son and David's loyal friend, comes to encourage him. He reassures David that he will be king and that Saul would not find him. Their friendship exemplifies true loyalty and support. In our lives, we often find ourselves in need of encouragement from friends, especially during tough times. Think about the people in your life who lift you up when you're down. Those relationships are invaluable. In chapter 24, we encounter a dramatic moment where David has the chance to take revenge on Saul. While Saul is pursuing him, he enters a cave to relieve himself, unknowingly putting himself in a vulnerable position before David. David's men urge him to harm Saul, but David hesitates. Instead, he cuts off a piece of Saul's robe and later reveals it to him, showing mercy and restraint. This moment teaches us an important lesson. Sometimes the highest form of strength is in showing compassion rather than seeking revenge. In our daily lives, we might face similar temptations to retaliate when wronged, be it in our jobs, family disagreements, or even online interactions. David's choice to spare Saul's life is a challenge for us to reflect on how we handle conflict. The chapter closes with Saul acknowledging David's righteousness, and David graciously vows not to harm Saul. It's a powerful reminder that even when people treat us poorly, we can choose to respond with grace and integrity. As we move into chapter 25, we meet Abigail, a wise and beautiful woman married to Nabal, a foolish man. David, having protected Nabal's shepherds, seeks a reward for his kindness. Instead, Nabal responds with scorn. In anger, David prepares to respond. However, Abigail intervenes. She quickly gathers food and meets David, humbly requesting that he spare her household. Her wisdom and quick thinking not only save her family, but also prevent David from committing a regrettable act. This illustrates the importance of wisdom and humility in resolving conflicts. In our homes and workplaces, we often encounter situations where we can either escalate tension or help de-escalate it through calm and thoughtful dialogue. When Nabal hears of Abigail's actions, his heart fails him and his life comes to an end. Upon learning of his passing, David praises God for sending Abigail to him and makes her his wife. This part of the story reminds us that sometimes, when we make wise choices, we can create pathways to blessings we never anticipated. Through these chapters, we see David's journey marked by trials, leadership, and relationships. He faces moral dilemmas, experiences loss, and learns the importance of loyalty and wisdom. These stories resonate with our modern experiences as we navigate our own challenges in work, family, and friendships. The overarching theme is that life will present us with difficulties, but how we respond to those challenges defines our character and the legacy we leave behind. In the end, it's not just about surviving the trials, but about growing through them and lifting others as we climb. What lessons can we learn from David's leadership style when faced with challenges? How do you handle conflict in your relationships? Can you think of a recent situation where you had to choose between mercy and revenge? Abigail's intervention was crucial in changing the course of events. Who has played a similar role in your life, and how did it impact you? Thanks so much for joining me today for HisTime365. Remember, today's reading is 1 Samuel 22 through 25, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into 1 Samuel 26 through 28, so feel free to read ahead if you like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you right back here tomorrow for day 81. Until then, stay encouraged, and thank you for giving God His time.